what's up? Can you hear me? All right, can you hear me? 1 second. 1 second. Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's good to hear you. Are you calling
Shit.
somebody? Are you good? Are you good?
What's going on? Who are you calling?
I'm not calling anybody. I thought I was calling you.
I hear like a ringing.
Oh, you know what that is? That was that. All right, I know what it is. Okay, 1 second. All right, now can you hear me?
Yep.
Everybody can hear me? All right. Nice, bro. Well, the analytics are in. We're our little podcast, my bro, my Monica, is it's the hottest thing on local news right now. So I just spent all morning figuring out all my multi-tracks, how to get YouTube to actually sound off on the thing. I had to do some janky stuff. I had to watch like 6 YouTube videos. And but we're ready to go right now, Luke. How are you?
Nice, man. Just trying to get the heat on in my cabin.
Nice, dude.
It's snowing out right now.
Well, you know what? Let's get a reaction video to living out in the middle of the Sprague River wilderness, making your own way in life. How's that go out there? Any little hints of wisdom you got?
Well, you don't lose your girl, you just lose your turn around here, man.
Yeah.
You know, lay low, stay warm, keep your stomach full and stay hydrated, take your vitamins, and don't drink too much beers.
Yes.
You know,
okay.
Smoke a ton of weed.
Smoke a ton of weed. Oh, speaking of which, I got a little Tahoe OG lined up for anybody who's out there trying to smoke and joke with the crew today. It is funny, though. I have to point out to the people and to you, you know, local podcast for new locals is the hottest thing on the channel right now, dude. It's on fire. It's on fire. You know.
Is it popping?
Well, you've seen the analytics. It's crazy, man. Let me walk you guys through it, dude. I mean, 1 second. I had too much weed on my finger, so now my freaking fingernail. All right, we got we'll go. I'll walk you through it right now. My latest local politics for new locals has 9 views. It's ranked 9th, right? And that's a short one, easy one, no big deal video. All right, but let's go over to analytics. All right, we've got 78 views, 48 more than usual. The usual watch time is, let's see. Oh, average view duration is 1 minute and 46 seconds, which is way higher. Usually my average view time is like 30, 40 seconds. So you doubled it. Let's see. It looks like for all the people that have checked out the video, we've had like 3 listen to the whole thing, which is really good. You know, they average it out to the average person's listening to it almost all the way through. It's nice, dude. It's working out. I like it. I'm very happy with how that worked out. Especially for it only being up for like the last 7 days, you know what I mean? You're fire. My bro Luke is it turns out you're an attraction, dude.
You got 80 views on my my YouTube. It says you got 80 views on that one.
Yeah.
But pretty much the fucking You're blowing up, man.
I'm gonna blow up. We got a real returning. We had 5 people return to view it. Can you even imagine, bro?
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel like a complete piece of shit.
No, dude, you're not. You're not a complete piece of shit. There were, a lot of people out there that didn't think that. And in fact, one of the strange things about it is most of the views came from the impressions. Now, the impressions is, from what I understand, basically it shows up on somebody's YouTube page and they see it for the first time. Like, oh, what is that? I'll click on it. We only had, 6 views from people who actually saw the video and were subscribers or some shit. I think we're on the right track. We're on the right track, dude. Anyway, did you get your heater turned on?
No, I don't know what's going on.
Is it cold over there? Just for the audience's, understanding, Luke is what they call a property development manager over in Sprague River. He goes around and rigs out basically undeveloped properties and gets them rolling. Gets all the things you need to have a decent property. He's pretty good at it. So.
Yeah, I started out in a tent, and now we got a little cabin and a trailer, and we got a brand new septic in, brand new well system put in.
That's dope.
Keeping the pump house warm all winter. That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, you can't let that freeze.
We just got a propane heater that we got to make sure is on.
Yeah.
When it's cold, and we can turn it off. And we got solar panels when the sun comes out. If there's no sun for a while, we just use the generators.
Oh yeah, dude.
Propane and gas.
And anything sketchy ever work out there? You got any cool sketchy stories, like scary?
I mean, the scariest thing that I've witnessed is just the fucking property across the street is possessed.
Oh yeah, dude. They have some trolls over there. Oh, that's nice. That's a hot topic. I love paranormal. I love crazy neighbors. It's a different story, I guess, if you're living next to them, but you know how it goes.
Just a couple days ago, my fucking neighbor was yelling at me at this grocery store, and then she went home and was shooting her AK-47. trying to let me know, she's armed, and it's like all I was doing was going grocery shopping. I was just getting some groceries.
Yeah, there's that property has a history. They had, when you first moved in there was the guy Steve, who, what was his real name?
Fucking. We don't really know if that's his real name, but yeah, Steve and Donna.
Steve and Donna.
Hardcore tinfoil hat. Yeah, he was a flat earther, and
he was one of those people that I like to describe as like we think our mom's like a hardcore, QAnon nut, and then we meet this kind of person, and we're like, oh no, mom's actually kind of normal. This person's really crazy. Yeah, these people were really crazy, man. He has this Viking horn that he would blow every morning at the crack of dawn, and he would yell at the satellites and cuss at them for watching him, and every day is something new, and then he would just be blasting his gun, which a lot of people do here in Sprague River. Woo! Woo! Hey! Blue and Hank, just for the viewer audience, Blue and Hank are the puppies that have been adopted out at the Sprague River property, and they're the good boys. Well, Hank's the good boy. Blue's I guess a little bitch. Is that the word?
Yeah. He's a good boy too. He's just fucking. He's like you can't keep him contained. He marches to his own. He does whatever I mean, he's a good dog. As long as I'm out here with him, he doesn't run away. But if I lose sight of him for about 5 minutes, he takes off. I don't see him for hours.
He likes a little freedom. He's unneutered though, so that makes sense.
Yeah, trying to breed him. I'm waiting for a female Aussie to come along so I can get. They go for $1,500 over here in Spring River. Purebred Australian Shepherds.
You should have seen the magic tricks I had to pull to get our reaction video lined up with the audio of Mike and Cat Williams. You know what I mean? That was
Eat up coffee.
So I think I finally got it. I think I finally wiggled it out.
Where was your first episode filmed or recorded?
That was at Seth's house. I was house sitting for Seth. I think I used it as the picture on my video actually of the setup over there. Oh yeah, Tahoe. Oh gee, yeah. Man, they got some.
Yeah, that's a character.
You got to give Seth his credit. He's not one of these pussy bitches that goes through his life trying not to make enemies. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. If you want to be his enemy, that's fine. But he's a pacifist through and through. And then on top of that, he's he's got a lot of flaws, and I think a lot of people are quick to show that, point those out because he's so seemingly altruistic. But at the same time, he's one of the few people that fucking sent me a Merry Christmas text.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like you
awesome.
and Mom and Liz, and then like Seth Kinsey. Everybody else on the planet, that I've lived with and helped throughout my life was like, go fuck yourself. Fuck Christmas.
He's a marketing genius, man. He always keeps his ties.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's like I said, there's this underarching current in the county that like when people show up from outside of it that try to show up and do good and just like be successful, they kind of almost always get a bad rap. The locals who have been losers their entire lives always seem to look at this guy and go, who the fuck do you think you are? Showing up
they
with
don't
your
like
fucking...
it when someone actually does what they say they're going to do. Nobody in Loudoun County likes that. Because it makes them look bad. Well,
and I like too. I wrote a blog about it, but Seth's a avid chaser of peace. Like he goes around the world. He studies. I think he's getting his master's right now, thesis written, or maybe his PhD thesis written. I should have him on the podcast. That's what I should do. If you're out there, Seth, and you get this far in the video, text me when you're available to do a podcast. But he goes over to. He works up and writes these grants so he can go to different countries and like study how they get peace done. And he goes to these important countries for that. Like he goes to like, Eastern Africa and India and Pakistan and sees like what are they actually doing to make sure the peace gets kept here instead of war, which is very close all the time. What are they actually doing? And he brought that back here actually a few months ago. He did a little what was it called? Odd Fellows show or something like that. Which I need to do a podcast about that too. That was an interesting night. But yeah, he was one of the few people that that is consistently over. He helped set this whole podcast up. It started with the blog, and then he has a little web developing business. I threw him a few $100, and he was like, "Yeah, I can help them get all that shit set up." And it was nice. He did a good job. I don't know if you've ever gone to my blog, but all kinds of shit out there. I'll probably post a bunch more here in a few weeks once I get some editing done.
Nice, man. Is that your a written blog?
That's how a lot of these podcasts start. They start with me writing, and then if I'm not being lazy, I'll post it to the blog. But and that was the idea behind this podcast, was to write these things out, use my amazing voice and a picture of the county somewhere while I'm walking as my background, and that was the podcast idea. And I started writing them out. I've got probably 95 written now that I'm just too lazy to set up the mics for. But Seth helped with that. Nikki helped a lot at the start too. Nikki showed me how to do the editing stuff. So shout out to
How's
Nikki.
old Nikki doing?
I haven't talked. I sent him I think on Christmas or so. I sent him a playlist, like a friend playlist. I hope he got it, but he didn't respond. You know how it is in this town. Fucking nobody ever responds to text messages. But it's all good.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I gotta tell you, I think my way is the right way. I think getting a good picture and doing a minor edit on the audio and getting it out quick so you don't get bored with it is the way to go. That's the way to keep it sustainable.
Have you got the screen record?
I've kind of figured that out, but I think I'm gonna need to watch a few more YouTube videos on it. It's kind of a B, and I'm not sure what it is. My computer is, I'm hitting the technological limits of my evolution as a person, and it's beating me. There's just some words I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know what that means. I gotta fucking. I should do one of those coding boot camps. I think that'd help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, those are, you could probably do that get your GI Bill to cover that. I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about that is I hate sitting down at the computer. It hurts my hip.
Whoa! Hey! Come on!
You're like Dixie Crooked yelling at the dogs all fucking podcast.
Come on, hey, come on.
Shout out to Dixie Cryptid. He's one of the
go check out Cam.
Go check out Cam. He's got a voice of an angel. Truly, he sounds like a teddy bear,
Yeah.
He sounds like an old, wizened teddy bear, like Winnie the Pooh. That's what he reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. I imagine that.
He kind of, what I think? Like, he's a human Winnie the Pooh. Exactly. Exactly, dude. He could get away with anything. Like, if Cam decided he wanted to be a serial killer and keep that persona,
I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know.
He would never be caught. No one would ever suspect Cam. He's the last of 8 billion people to ever be suspected. But he's just a good guy, honestly. I haven't listened to Dixie Cryptid in a long time. I'm going to have to listen to an episode tonight when I go to bed.
He's got some good ones. I love it when he has to talk about Sasquatch is getting boners. I love it. Isn't it weird how many stories have a boner in it? Like, you'd think that these Sasquatch would have less boners, but I would say 1 out of every 20 episodes, there's a boner involved somehow.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's really weird.
That's so frightening, man.
It's psycho. It's psycho.
1,000-pound wild animal that can outrun you, outmaneuver you, and outstrength you, and it's got a raging boner.
And it's got a pretty big fucking boner.
Yeah, it's got the world's biggest boner. And you look similar to its species. What's going to happen if this thing gets its hands on you?
That's the idea, huh? I guess, and that's one of those things where that also plays in with his southern accent, which is just hilarious. He sounds like an old church lady trying to describe You know, this monster with a boner out in the woods that some fucking, you know, poor girl saw on her hike. You know,
Yeah.
like in what Sasquatch Chronicles is the intro, the girl from the intro, the British girl who was like in Canada and was out taking pictures of the ocean and just happened upon like, you know, a family and it seemed like the dad Sasquatch just had a big ass boner the whole time.
Yeah, and then she passed out, and then she woke up like in the parking lot or something.
Oh yeah, that was a messed up. If you guys have a chance, listen to that. You can probably find it pretty easy. But the British girl from Sasquatch Chronicles' intro, well, what'd she say? And that was not a bear. I can't even do the accent.
She was, you know, she was so scared. You could tell, like, she was reliving that day.
There was that part, and then I love the cover up. I always love a good cover up, especially you got a good cover up story in that one, and then you got a good boner story in that one, and you're like, oh fuck, this is a weird story.
She was just like, it was the most frightening thing I ever seen. I just thought, oh my God, who's going to believe me?
You should draw that story. You should definitely draw that story. I think Cam would appreciate it.
Like, can you imagine being a foreigner and you come to a different country and like you just going out to the ocean to take pictures, and there's this fucking beast of a fucking Bigfoot with his wife and kids like playing with seaweed and shit and eating it, and then dad's got like a raging boner.
Oh man.
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of stories. That's the weird thing too. Like I can think of like probably 4 other different stories off the top of my head where this thing had a boner and jizzed everywhere.
Yeah, you can see. I don't know if there was a boner in that one, but
either way, it's just one of those things.
I remember the dad like went up to her and like fucking scared the shit out of her, so that she's like so bad she passed out.
Yeah.
I just see this woman from England, you know, a tourist.
I know.
Like closing her jacket a little tighter because it's cold out, and she's got her fucking tourist sun hat and her camera, and she doesn't walk very fast because she's an older lady. And she's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I like to think of somebody like they're kind of like, they look like, you know, like a little Princess Diana out there, you know?
Yeah.
And just like, oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah, I just picture like, you know, a little Queen of England, you know, out there. And no one's going to believe it. No one would believe her story. Yeah, that plane trip back home had to have been super long. Like, I mean,
she was probably getting blasted. You know how European people are, bro. They get fucking wasted. They get wasted, bro. She was probably getting wasted on that plane. Just watching soccer and getting wasted with the boys. But anyway, dude, I got to get on up to the gym, man. Get a workout in and then get started on this fucking bullshit paper. The paper's out today.
All right, man.
I love you. Talk to you later.
All right, love you. All right, bye.
And that was the podcast, guys. Thanks for listening. This was Luke. I don't think we even had a reaction video in there. I guess just smoking the joint with Luke I was doing. Local podcast for new locals. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
Royal didn't call. down.